What's up, everybody out there? How y'all doing? This is Strong Style here. Sorry, it's been a while. We're in the summer now. So yeah, I've been busy and I've been trying to find some time to make a video for you guys. So this deck profile is based on using Slifer the Sky Dragon, my favorite Egyptian god. So there is Slifer, there is Obelisk, there is Ra. So I chose Slifer because it's my favorite one out of all. Of course, yeah, in Yu-Gi-Oh, this was Yugi's Egyptian god. Kaiba was Obelisk. Merrick is Ra. So then, all this time I've been wondering, what's a way to run Slifer in a more aggressive way and a more easier way? Because yeah, you've seen my decks of when I ran Slifer. Yeah, it was like an okay. But what if you want to make it more better, more consistent of bringing out Slifer? Like, let's say, what if there was a way you can special summon Slifer? You do not have to tribute to make Slifer. Like, yeah, that was my way. You're going to tribute and hopefully you get Slifer in your hand. But what if you could special summon it? Special summon Slifer instead of tributing to play Slifer. So I was looking up this guy that did these deck profiles of Slifer, Obelisk, and Ra. It's just whatever your favorite, whatever your favorite Egyptian god card is. So he told me, look up this guy and see how he does the deck. Maybe try it out for yourself. Because yeah, people who make these deck profiles, they just want to see if other players would want to try this game out as well. So try the deck profile as well. So I tried it for myself. The only little difference is, of course, some of the cards that he has are just way expensive. Like the Triple Tactics, that card, and I forgot what else. But yeah, there are some other cards I put in here where I'm not using those cards. Triple Tactics. And yeah, so now it's me running the deck. Like, I'm not trying to, okay, yeah, it is possibly copying the exact same, but of course, yeah, people would want to try, the decks that people have made. So they would want to make it as well and try it for themselves. Like for me, the deck profiles I do, feel free to, if you want to copy the deck, try it for yourself as well, go for it. So it's nothing wrong, but it's nothing wrong. So now it's my turn of how I'm trying this. How he made this deck is just amazing using Slifer. No doubt, there is Ra and Obelisk, but this is Slifer. So, this is how it goes. And it's like amazing. So first off, okay, yeah. Slifer the Sky Dragon. For how many cards you have in your hand when Slifer is on the field, times 1,000 Slifer the Sky Dragon will be. When it is on the field as well. So when it's on the field as well, it has a second effect. Monsters your opponent controls lose 2,000 attack. They're going to be lowered by 2,000. If any of your opponent's monsters go to the attack of 0, it is destroyed automatically. Slifer the Sky Dragon. So pretty much, there you go, Slifer. Then what he showed is, okay, Silent Magician. Silent Magician, okay. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summon from your hand by tributing one spellcaster monster. Times 500 for each card that you have in your hand. That is the same thing as Slifer, except times 1,000. Silent Magician is the same thing. Times, by how many cards you have, times 500. So Silent Magician is pretty interesting. Then when it's on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If this card is destroyed by battle or this card is by its owner's control, is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one Silent Magician monster from your hand or deck. Pretty much, that's not what I'm doing. It's only Silent Magician. Then the only spellbook monster is Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. Because yeah, you are gonna play spellbooks in here. So Magician of Prophecy, flip or special or normal summon. Search for any spellbook card that you want. And this is just already, yeah, if you want to play this and you have Silent Magician, play this, activate the effect of searching for your spellbook, tribute, special summon Silent Magician. So yeah, Silent Magician cannot be a normal summon. It has to be tributed by a spellcaster. Then Witch of the Black Forest. Remember, it's not banded anymore. It's unlimited. And yeah, you are running 3 in here. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add 1 monster with attack 15 or less from your deck added to your hand. But it cannot activate cards or effects that is named for the rest of this turn. Once per turn. 15 attack or less. Silent Magician's at 1000. You can search for Silent Magician if you want. Or Spellbook of Prophecy. And then the last monster. So yeah, there are only 13 monsters in here. There could be 14 if you want to put in another Silent Magician. Or any other card. But me, I'm going just 13. It's Electromagnetic Turtle. So this is not a spellcaster, but it's a machine. During your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard and the battle phase. You can only use this once per duel. So most likely just one you want to have in there. If you have more, what's the point of it? You're only gonna be able to do one. So yeah, only 13 monsters. But don't think it's gonna be hard to play Slifer. It's not. So then, spellbook cards now. So yeah, that was monsters. We'll go with magic cards now. Spellbook of Secrets. Add 1 spellbook card. So remember, even if when this card is played, and only once and only per turn, you can search for anything that's called spellbook. Even if you don't have your Magician of Prophecy, you can search for that because it is called spellbook. Spellbook Organization. Quick effect. Look at the top 3 cards from your deck. Then return them to the top of the deck in any order that you want. This is when it's going to get interesting. Spellbook of Knowledge. When you play Spellbook of Knowledge, send to the graveyard either 1 spellcaster monster you control or 1 other spellbook card from your hand or face up on the field except for itself. And if you do, draw 2 cards. Spellbook of Judgment. Only 2, not 3. Quick play. So yeah, some of the spellbooks are quick plays and some of them are not. Spellbook of Judgment. You activate this. You want to play this first, if you have it. At the end of the battle phase, this turn was activated. Add spellbook spells from your deck added to your hand for how many spell cards that were played on that turn. So if you have a lot of spell cards that you want to play, so first Spellbook of Judgment, okay. Now for how many spell cards were played, let's just count it up to how many. So let's say even if you play like Spellbook of Judgment, okay, first. Then if 2 more were played, end of your battle phase, at least we know 2 spellbook cards you'll be able to get because that's how many spell cards were played right after you played Spellbook of Judgment. And only per turn. And then my last spellbook is Spellbook of Fate. If you control a spellcaster monster, you can banish up to 3 spellbook cards from your graveyard. Apply the following effects. Now you must have a spellcaster on the field to do this. It can't be, you just play it and then that's it. So then, you have the following effects. If you remove 1, return 1 spell or trap card on the field back to the hand. If you remove 2, change one monster from the field, face down defense position, or face up attack position. And if you have 3, which is you're going to want to do 3, banish one card your opponent controls. This is not a targeting effect, just to let you know. It's not targeting, so even if you banish one of the monsters, like, you know, they say you cannot hit the ones that are targeted. No, Spellbook of Fate does not target. You can go a second Spellbook of Fate. Like, I might go into using a second Spellbook of Fate, but most likely not. Let's just stick with 1. That's all the Spellbook magic cards. Now, okay. The true name. Declare one card, the card that's on top of your deck. And if you do, if it was called correctly, okay, here's what you do. Add it to your hand. Then you can add, okay, so declare one card name on top of your deck. And if it was declared correctly, then you add to your hand or special summon one divine monster from your deck. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. Hand. Or special summon. You can add to your hand or special summon one divine monster from your deck. So that's already Slifer the Sky Dragon. But anytime an Egyptian god card be special summon, it gets to the graveyard. So this is what I mean by organization. Reveal the top 3, and if you have the true name, activate true name. You put an order, and you know what the top card is gonna be with Spellbook Organization. I put in any order I want. True name, you know what the card name is, and then that brings out Slifer the Sky Dragon. Or to your hand, but that's not what you want to do. You want to special summon Slifer. Then just Book of Moon. Okay, this is one to me. Time Tearing Morganite. For the rest of this duel, apply one of the following effects. You cannot activate monster effects in the hand. You're not doing that. Draw 2 cards instead of one of your normal draw during your draw phase. That's pretty much what you want to do. So you draw and then draw another 2 cards. Or you conduct 2 normal monsters per turn, not just 1. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then discard 1 Time Tearing Morganite. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects when you normal summon this turn. That's not what you want to do. You want to depend on the second one, which is draw 2 cards instead of 1 from your draw phase. Alright, so instead of drawing 1, you draw 2. So it's not like you're going to draw 3 cards. It's just, of course, yeah, you're going to draw 1. No, you're going to draw 2 instead. Only one of these, and that's because you're using Slifer. Thunder Force Attack. This card's activation and effect cannot be targeted. Your opponent cannot apply, and they cannot hit any of these cards. Hit this card. So, if you control a monster whose original attack is Slifer the Sky Dragon. If you have Slifer the Sky Dragon, you can play this effect. Destroy as many monsters during your main phase. Alright, so yeah, you must have Slifer the Sky Dragon out. Destroy as many cards based on monsters your opponent controls as possible. Then, if you activated this card during your main phase, you're going to apply the following effects. The following effect. Draw cards equal to the number of monsters destroyed by this effect. And send to your opponent's graveyard. Also, you can only attack with 1 monster this turn. Only once per turn. You only want to play 1 Thunder Force Attack. That's for Slifer. I would only use 1. So that's crazy, huh? Imagine you have Slifer. Only 1 monster can attack. It does not have to say only Slifer can attack. No, you can play even your Silent Magician if you wanted to, if you have more out. And if you have one monster that can attack, well then you Slifer an attack, because that's blowing up all the monsters, and possibly you have a straight through attack you can do. And attack with Slifer. Monster Reborn, because you want to bring back Slifer, and yes, you're going to want to use Monster Reborn. Secret Village of the Spellcasters, that's a field spell. If you control a spellcaster monster, your opponent cannot activate spell cards. If you control no spellcaster monsters, you cannot activate spell cards. Foolish Burial, One Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster. Now, okay, this is new. Card Destruction. You possibly want to do Card Destruction in here. It may look a bit like, why are you using Card Destruction? Okay, sometimes you're going to want to. You're going to have to. Because even if you have Slifer, you have Monster Reborn. Now, Slifer's trap card, Revive Sky God. Alright, here's how the Revive Sky God goes. Okay, maybe people know this, but if you do not know this, I will read it to you. The activation of this card, or its effects, cannot be negated. Nor can its effects be negated. Special summon one Slifer the Sky Dragon from your graveyard. Then each player draws until they have up to 6 cards in their hand. So you can only play this if your opponent has 6 cards. You cannot play Revive Sky God. You and your opponent must have less than 6 cards. When you activate this, draw up to both you and your opponent have 6 cards, and you special summon Slifer the Sky Dragon from your graveyard. So they'll call the hunt to bring out Slifer the Sky Dragon. Then you can remove this from play to get a Monster Reborn from your deck. Place one Monster Reborn monster from your deck or graveyard to the top of your deck. Then get it to your hand. If a Divine Beast monster in your graveyard, Then if a Divine Beast monster is in your graveyard, draw 1 card. So if you had like a second Slifer, draw 1 card. Only once per turn. So yeah, that's the Revive Sky God. Yeah, only 13 monsters, but it's not hard because you have so many ways. And then yeah, this is using Slifer, but you're not tributing it. You're special summoning Slifer. So I thought of it like, wait a minute. Because the times I've been playing Slifer, it's by tributing the 3 monsters. This is special summoning Slifer. And I thought that would be pretty cool. And yeah, what's close to Slifer? Is the Silent Magicians. And it's the same thing. Times 1,000 for how many cards in your hand? Times 500 cards you have in your hand. And the effective negation. For how many cards, remember, for how many, with the monsters your opponent has, they're going to lose 2,000. If any of those monsters are put to 0, it's destroyed. So even Spellbook of Prophecy. So you can go summon, activate the effect of getting a spellbook, tribute, Silent Magician. And then that's the combo, the main combo you want to do. So let's say you have Spellbook, Organization, and True Name. This is an example. Okay, so 4. Okay. So yeah, your hand. Your draw. Monster Reborn. Okay. Spellbook organization. Or, okay, alright. Let's play the hand then. Alright, so. First, you're going to go into Spellbook of Judgment. So, for how many spell cards? Oh, wait. So, yeah. End phase for how many magic cards are going to be played. So, first you go Time Tearing, Morganite. So, one was played. Maybe you want to have a monster out, so you summon out Witch of the Black Forest. Spellbook Organization. Alright, that's 2 magic cards that were played. Now I search for the top 3 cards. Slifer, Raigeki, True Name. Put it in any order I want. Or since you want, okay, now let's go this then. Okay. Now, okay. Because you know you have Organizer and True Name, you want to keep this all in your hand. Let me put it to you that way. So, Organization. Okay, let's reshuffle, and then let's see what the 3 cards are going to be. Book of Secrets, Fates, and Spellbook of Prophecy. Let's put Spellbook of Prophecy and Secrets on top. True Name. What was the card? Spellbook of Prophecy. Spellbook of Prophecy. I called it correctly. Special summon Slifer the Sky Dragon. Now, okay. For then. Now, hopefully you can do an attack. Now, remember, you can be hit because, yeah, Slifer's going to go. But that's just an example of how Organization and True Name. This is the main piece right here. If you can pull this off and get this, you're going to get it. So even if you Book of Secrets, you do not have Spellbook Organizer yet, but you go Secrets. Now you can go for it or have a monster out. And if you had, see, this is like so many combos you can do. Let's say you have Silent Magician too. So, you're going to go for Spellbook of Prophecy, get Spellbook Organization. This is just like little combos I'm showing you. So yeah, let's just say you have, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 cards you had in your hand. Spellbook Organization. Secrets, Raigeki, Book of Moon. Book of Moon. Slifer the Sky Dragon. Tribute. Silent Magician. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Times 500. So, 15, 20, 25. 4,000 attack Slifer the Sky Dragon is 3,000 attack a Silent Magician. End of my turn. Okay, Slifer's gone, but Silent Magician stays. Draw. Into a True Name. Alright, now you do not know what this is, so you might want to be careful. But maybe you just want to have, okay, now I'll be at 35. Unless you want a Monster Reborn, but anytime you special summon an Egyptian god, it'll get gone. So it's back at the 3,000, 4,000. Draw spellbook. Okay. So you get the idea. When you have organization and the true name, that's your combo right there. And yeah, I tried it for myself, and I was like wondering, how can I run Slifer? Because yeah, it's my favorite one out of the 3 Egyptian god cards. So then, what's gonna help me bring out Slifer? Rather if I tribute it or I special summon it, but this way it's special summoning Slifer, and it's pretty interesting. So I decided for myself to try it out. Works for me. And then yeah, just there you go. Bringing out Slifer without tributing. And even if I have to throw it away because of special summon, I have my ways of bringing out Slifer once again. Low monster, you're rarely gonna brick. I'll admit to you that. The way I've tried this out, I rarely brick. Unless you just get magic cards, then you're bricked. You're not gonna get it. And then yeah, with card destruction, fine, throw away Slifer, but you still have your way of bringing back Slifer from Revive Sky God, Monster Reborn. So even if you got rid of Slifer, alright, throw away Slifer. Your opponent thinks, aha, you got rid of it? No, I'll Monster Reborn that thing right back. Shit. But then always, with running Silent, even Magician of Prophecy, always watch out for those cards that can be played on you. So yeah, Slifer the Sky Dragon. If you want to put down your comments, tell me what your favorite Slifer, what your favorite Egyptian god card is. Whether it's Slifer, Obelisk, Ra, 2 of them, all 3 of them, whichever. So yeah, Slifer the Sky Dragon. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. Now I'll show you a video of how the deck is played. I will be speaking to y'all later. Peace.